You ever wanted to come into a sports bar where the barkeeps know their game? Well, the Jeff Beecham Network, Multiverse of Media, has got a production just for you. Sit down and relax as the Stat Boy and his partner break down the statistics in all things sports. Whether it's football, basketball, motorsports, baseball, hockey, soccer, professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, boxing, and much, much more. All are welcome. Your barkeeps here keep you up to date and in the know of everything going on in sports, while also having a pleasant conversation about it all. Your host and owner of the bar, Stat Boy Mike. His partner in crime, Dory Lou. And a host of other guests coming in. The food's hot, the seats are warm, the drinks are ice cold, and the sports talk is plentiful. Casa D-18 Studios presents Stat Boy Sports Bar. Take a bar stool and enjoy the show.
Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to another edition of Stat Boy Sports Bar. Today is August 6th, 2024, on a hot, sticky day in Sevier County, Tennessee. It's about 90 degrees outside. Feels like it's 124. Just kidding. It has been a bit on the warm side in the past couple of weeks, and thanks to something that happened to me, let me remind everybody to hydrate and drink water, especially when working outside. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to get a little too deep into my job, but something did happen that has happened to me many times before in my life, where I have gotten heat sickness, heat stroke, heat exhaustion. All that stuff has happened to me multiple times. So just make sure you drink your water. Just like Matty Law says, stay hydrated. And this week's going to be another, hopefully not too short. The Olympics are still going on, so the Olympics will be heavily featured this week. Again, there was no NASCAR this week. There was no WNBA this week. WNBA comes back, I believe, August 15th. Or August 13th. It's but by the time we get to the mid to late part of August, the WNBA will be back in play, along with NASCAR coming up as well. But as always, and always remember, if you want to stop me dead in my tracks, please super chat, ask me a question, comment on something, let me know you're watching the show and you want me to acknowledge you, which we can be doing that. Yes, and there will be wrestling in this talk because of what happened at SummerSlam. But let's dive deep into the sports and let's bring up the story as to what took place. Now, normally this would be PGA golf, but there isn't PGA golf this week, but golf was played in the Olympics. And as you can see, the number one player in the PGA and representing USA, because remember, in the Olympics, you are representing your country and you're playing for pride. You're not playing for money. You're not playing for endorsements. You're not paying for a paycheck. You are playing to represent your country. Scottie Scheffler of the USA won a gold medal. And this story comes directly from PGA.com. and it was written by Lisa Antonucci. You can find her on Twitter at PGA Tour. It was a star-spangled family affair as world number one Scottie Scheffler captured his 7th win of the season, the 13th of his career, and first gold medal Sunday at the men's Olympic golf competition outside of Paris. With wife Meredith, 3-month-old son Bennett, parents Scott and Diane, and in-laws on hand at Le Golf National, the seemingly unflappable Scheffler openly wept as he stood on top of the podium with his newest piece of hardware, the unmistakable glint of gold flashing in the bright sunshine as the Star-Spangled Banner played in the background. On hand to wish him congratulations were U.S. teammates Colin Morikawa and Wyndham Clark, who finished tied 14th and tied 24th. Clark made his way to the 18th green to watch the soon-to-be Olympic champ finish his remarkable 62, a flawless 9-under exhibition of skill that matched the course record and vaulted him from 4 shots back to 1 shot clear of the field. Also among the first to congratulate Scheffler was world number 3 Rory McIlroy, representing Team Ireland, who suffered another near miss of the podium, but stopped to give a hug to young Bennett, noting, "You're going to get to chew on a gold medal soon." I hope little Bennett doesn't put the gold medal in his mouth. Adding to the scene were the energetic and international crowds that swelled to a sellout number of 30,000 on Sunday. Let's see. After opening with 3 straight birdies, Scheffler seemingly lost momentum with 6 straight pars to turn in 33, but the tide began to turn with birdies at 10-12, and he pointed to a par at 13 as a pivotal moment en route to gold. Tommy Fleetwood of what country is he representing? Let me make sure I get that correct. Tommy Fleetwood is representing the UK. He took second place by 1 stroke. He gets the silver medal, and Hideki Matsuyama of Japan gets the bronze medal. And they literally did finish 1, 2, 3. Scottie Scheffler was 19 under par. Tommy Fleetwood was 18 under par, and Hideki Matsuyama was at 17 under par. Let's see what other names we can find. John Rahm of Spain, he tied for 5th. Andrew Schauffele tied for 9th. Wyndham Clark tied for 14th. Ludwig Aberg tied for 18th. Colin Morikawa tied for 24th, along with Bjorn Hung An. Shane Lowry tied for 26th. Victor Hovland tied for 30th. Nick Taylor also tied for 30th. And that's pretty much it. So after the Olympics ends, the Olympics are only 16 days, and we're getting close to the end now. The Wyndham Championship, which is coming up, is the season finale, the regular season finale. Then the top 70 players start the 3-leg tournament chase to the FedEx Cup. They'll go from 70 to 50 to 30. It's the FedEx Championship, the BMW Championship, and the St. Jude Championship. Not in that order, of course. I mix up the order. But the winner of the final tournament is crowned as PGA Tour champion. All right, let's click on over to LPG.com. Let's see if they have a story. They do, because the ladies, they start their Olympic matchup tomorrow, and they play the 7th through the 10th. So next week will be the report on the women playing golf, and that'll come up next week for sure. So let's continue on to tennis. And there's the Joker, Novak Djokovic, representing Serbia and winning the gold medal. Of course, he and Carlos Alcaraz have the longest rivalry I've ever seen in in tennis history. But and the Joker, he completed the gold medal match, and he won his gold medal representing Serbia. Carlos Alcaraz, of course, represents Spain. And let me bring up, what am I bringing up here? I'm bringing up ESPN real quick because I want to make sure I get all of the proper. Let's go to their Olympic page and go to results. And let's look up men's tennis and let's get all the results as best I possibly can. You go to plan and then you forget about it. So won 8-7, 7-6, 7-6. Alcaraz won the silver medal, of course. And where is the bronze match? That should be the day before. To Lorenzo Mazzetti of Italy. He defeated Felix Auger-Aliassime of Canada 6-4, 1-6, 6-3. Olympic tennis only goes 3 sets. In standard ATP, the men play for 5. But in this one, they only play 3. Let's take a look at men's doubles. Australia got the gold. Matthew Ebden and John Peers defeated Austin Krajicek and Rajiv Ram 6-7, 7-6, 10-8. They had to go to a tiebreaker for that. The bronze medal went to the team of Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul. They won in straight sets to bring home the bronze. On the ladies' side, also, there is a tournament play continuing on. Sebastian Corda won the Washington Open in Washington, D.C., and he became the first father-son pairing to win this event. His father won the Washington Open. It had a different name due to licensing conflicts, but over 30 years ago, his father won the same event. With the ladies, Qinwen Zhang won her gold medal. She defeated Donna Vekic in straight sets. And the bronze medal went to Swiatek. She defeated Anna Karolina Shmedalova. Qinwen Zhang had an upset victory against Iga Swiatek, who was ranked number 1. And the Washington Open was won by Paula Badosa. So now the ATP and WTA, if they do not play next week, they will play the following week after all the Olympics are over. So what has Team USA been doing? They have been winning medals. They are still the number 1 country when it comes to overall medals. They currently have 86 total medals. Today's events have not been added in yet. But right now, so this is all as of yesterday. So they have won in the men's shot put, the men's 100 meter, and the women's discus throw. Also in cycling, the women's road race. 2 medals in fencing, individual foil and team foil. Of course, Scotty Scheffler won it for men's golf. In gymnastics, women's team, women's individual all-around, and women's vault. I do believe one of those did go to Simone Biles. I went by team, not by individuals. I can possibly do that next week. Rowing in men's 4, shooting in men's skeet. Surfing, the ladies can surf. The American ladies can surf, and they got a gold medal. And, of course, the majority is all swimming. All the events that the majority of Team USA is winning is coming in swimming. Men's 400 4x100 freestyle relay, swimming in men's 1500, women's 100 meter, women 4x100 medley relay, women's 200 meter breaststroke, women's 800 meter, women's 1500 meter, and mixed. I did not know that mixed team swimming was a thing this Olympics. Did not know that. The majority goes to the silver. They're at 31 now. They were at 30 yesterday. We have also won medals in archery, in diving, in equestrian, in skateboarding. Skateboarding is a new thing in the Olympics this year. And the triathlon mixed relay, that's a new one there. Again, the majority is swimming for that. And the bronze medal, canoe and rowing and rugby, the women's rugby team, showing how tough they can be. Because rugby is a serious physical sport. But the ladies decide, oh, we're going to do just as good as the guys, and they win as well. They win a bronze medal. Also, the men's team gymnastics broke a drought. Apparently, male gymnastics team event has not been going as well as it used to be, but they finally broke the streak, and they finally decided we want to win too. So they got a bronze medal with that. All righty. It's good to announce that the football pick'em contest is back. And the rules are simple. All you have to do is correctly pick the winner of each NFL football game throughout the 2024 season. There are 18 weeks with a minimum. The lowest I've seen is 12 games in a week. The most is 16. So we're well past whatever 18 times 16 is, because there are 18 times 32, or however you want to do the math on this one. But I'm very happy to announce that football contest is back. Renegade JJ was the playoff winner. Stat Girl Dory Lou is a defending 3-time regular season champion. So we all know Dory Lou can pick football better than anybody so far. And the rules, again, are simple. All you have to do is just pick the winner. I put out the schedule of games on Tuesdays. When Thursday night football rolls around, you have until kickoff to get your pick in. If you try to get your pick in after kickoff, I will not count it. I know it sounds like a very tough rule. The only exception to be that is if I fail to get the schedule out quick enough. If I'm busy working, or if it just skips my mind completely and I don't get it out and I don't feel you've had enough time to get the picks out, then I'll allow it. But the majority of the rule is once the game starts, no more picks. It's that simple. Same thing. Games are normally on Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays. I have not looked at the full schedule for 2024 yet. Once in a while, the league does schedule a game on Friday, and it does schedule a game on Saturday. It's the same thing. You can also change your picks, but again, remember, you have until the official kickoff. So if one team does kick off and the ref says, illegal formation, whatever, we run it back, then of course that one didn't count, and then it comes back up again. So I'm very happy to say that a lot of players from last season are back. It's all run privately through Facebook Messenger. So we'll see where that goes. And the preseason has started with the Hall of Fame game. So let me bring that news. Unfortunately, the game was called. Now, I've never seen a football game get called before due to storm. But apparently, the storm was so bad. I believe the game was in Chicago. And I will bring up this from ESPN, and I'll also give the stats. And the headline reads, Brett Ripien throws 3 touchdown passes, leads the Bears to a 21-17 storm-shortened victory over the Texans. by Associated Press through ESPN, Canton, Ohio. While Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, and other starters from both teams watched from the sidelines, the NFL's new kickoffs didn't provide any excitement. Brett Ripien stole the show before lightning. It says lighting, but it reads lightning. Before lightning and heavy rain ended the game early. The veteran quarterback threw 3 touchdown passes, leading the Chicago Bears to a 21-17 victory over the Houston Texans on Thursday night in the Hall of Fame game. The NFL exhibition opener was stopped with 3:31 left in the third quarter and was called off after a 36-minute delay. All eyes were on the NFL's radical new kickoff rules at the start. The league dramatically redesigned the play, aiming to revive it after a low return season. None of the 8 kickoffs were returned beyond the 32. They were brought back to the 26, a yard farther than the old touchback. There was 1 touchback that came out to the 30. Tyson Bagent started for Williams, the number 1 overall pick, who has enormous expectations in Chicago. Yes, Caleb Williams. We got to keep an eye on him for Chicago this year. Davis Mills was under center instead of CJ Stroud, the 2023 AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. Ripien finished 11 of 15 for 166 yards with touchdown passes of 20 and 9 yards to Johnson and 22 yards to Tommy Sweeney. Ripien, who was 2-2 as a starter in 4 seasons with the Broncos and Rams, entered camp as the 3rd-string quarterback. Mills, who was 5-19-1 as a starter in the 2 seasons before Stroud's arrival, finished 10 of 13 for 102 yards and a 9-yard touchdown pass to Tegan Quintariano to cap the opening drive. Veteran Casey Keenum threw a 4-yard touchdown pass to Cam Akers to give the Texans a 17-7 lead late in the second half. Ripien led the Bears on a 72-yard drive in just 58 seconds in the final minute of the first half. His touchdown pass to Sweeney cut it to 17-14. He put the Bears ahead with a 9-yard strike to Johnson in the third. Touchbacks used to result in the offense starting at the 25. So we'll see where this goes with the new kickoffs and everything like that. And again, every game will be reported by score. And let's take a look at the stats again. Davis Mills went 10-13 for 102. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and no sacks. Brett, of course, 11-15 for 166 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and no sacks. Best rush on the Bears was JJ. He carried the ball 6 times for 16 yards. Khalil Herbert had 4 carries for 35 yards for the Bears. Xavier Hutchinson was lead receiver, 5 catches for 56 yards. Colin Johnson went 3 catches for 56 yards. And that's pretty much it. Let me show you coming up this as far as watch-alongs and things, or Survivor Series. Even though SummerSlam is over, there are still many more things to keep an eye out on in the multiverse of media. So keep an eye on this.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Here we go again!
As Noah Foster says, all the wrestling, all the wrestling, all the wrestling. And tonight is night 2 of NXT's Great American Bash, with coverage coming up a little bit later. These are your current MLB standings. And let me bring that up real quick so I can take a... Shockingly, and this was very surprising to see the Guardians now the number 1 team overall in the league at 67-45. Very, very surprising there. And let me bring that up real quick so I can read this along. The Yankees and the Orioles are tied at 67-46. The Yankees have scored more runs at 583. Philadelphia is at 66-46. The LA Dodgers are at 66-47. Minnesota Twins at 63-48. Kansas City Royals at 63-51. Milwaukee Brewers at 62-49. Arizona Diamondbacks are tied with the San Diego Padres at 61-52. They have about a 50 or 60 run lead. Boston Red Sox tied with the Atlanta Braves at 60-51. New York Mets at 59-53. Seattle Mariners at 59-54. And the Tampa Bay Rays round out the left side at 57-54. Astros at 57-55. St. Louis at 57-56. And the Giants are the only team at 500 at 57-57. Pirates at 56-55, Cubs at 55-60, Reds at 54-58, Rangers at 54-59, Tigers 53-60, Blue Jays 51-61, Nationals at 51-62, Angels at 49-63, Athletics at 47-67, Marlins at 42-71, Colorado at 41-72. And sadly, this is a stat I do not like reporting. The Chicago White Sox, which is captain's team over on the Raw Bowl podcast, he said he's a White Sox fan. They have lost 21 straight games. But surprisingly, their season is not yet officially over because the magic number for Chicago to be eliminated is 8. They still have a chance. Well, unless I've done the math wrong, I do believe that they are eliminated, but I will confirm that for certain next week. Next week, a lot of the 4 bottom teams, maybe even 5 with the Angels, unless the Angels miraculously pull a miracle off. But unfortunately, Mike Trout is out again with another torn meniscus, and it's just one thing after another with Mike Trout there. So a lot of these teams in the bottom will be in the red by next week. And to lose 21 straight games and to tie a record, that's a little bit surprising, honestly. So that's gonna bring up. So again, the Guardians are leading the AL Central. The Orioles and the Yankees are technically tied in the East, and the Mariners lead in the AL West. The 2 wild card teams would be, because it's an 8-person. I believe 10 get in. I believe. I have to look that up as well too. Okay, there we go. So the Orioles and the Yankees are tied. The Twins and the Royals are fighting for the wild card spot. The 2 division winners in each league receive byes. The top 2 division winners in each league, and then the other 4 teams play in the wild card. And then there's the NLDS and the Division Series, the Championship Series, and then the World Series. And I'm also getting ready and getting excited for the final leg of the watch along of the 4 major. I did the Super Bowl. I did the NBA Finals. I got lucky and did the Stanley Cup Finals. The World Series is the final leg on that one. And then we start the series all over again in January. So we'll see what happens in October. So that officially ends all the sports stuff. As far as SummerSlam went, if you don't know by now, the OTC is back. The original Tribal Chief came back on Saturday night to take out Solo Sikoa. He is coming back to SmackDown on Friday, so that's going to be a big event there. 4 titles changed hands, which was 4 out of the 6. Very surprising that Liv retained, and Mommy is tough as nails. That's for certain. But I'm very happy. I'm very unhappy that Mommy did not get her title. But if hell hath no fear like a woman scorned, then Liv Morgan better run for the hills. Anyway, friends, again, it's a shortened week, but with preseason football coming back and starting in 48 hours, the stats will be coming out sooner and faster for next week's show, which will be back here on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And also the next week, it will be our Olympic wrap-up, our FedEx Cup preview. That'll take place as well. NASCAR should be back. And we're getting ready for the push to the playoffs with that. And a whole lot of stuff as we're getting closer and closer to also, if I can remember what the date was, our season premiere for season 5. This will be my 5th year. Not my 5th year overall, but my fifth year doing Sports Bar, which I just can't wait for. So until next week, I love you all. I love my family. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, Stat Boy out. Until next week, my friends.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in